Hey, Bill Scythe here with businessideas.academy. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Wix's website builder to build a custom website for your handyman business. And we're going to do it in 5 easy steps. And, to be honest with you, I don't use Wix. I've never used it, but I hear it's amazingly simple. And I think by going right into it, I think I'll be able to show you guys how easy it is as we learn together. So 5 easy steps. Sign up for an account. We're going to pick a template. We're going to design the look and feel of the template. We'll take a look at other add-ons like booking services or where you might be able to either sell your product on the site and collect money right off the site, or even maybe just set it up for quotes. And then lastly, we'll talk about how to get it published and up and running. So 5 simple steps. Let's go ahead and get going. All right, here we are on the Wix website, and we can easily knock out the first step, which is to sign up for an account. So you see the blue button right there in the middle of the page. Go straight there and hit it. Now, all you need essentially to set up a new site is an email, right? You'll put your email in and pick a password, and there's nothing else you have to do to set up a free site. Now, I've already got a site. So this is set up for me to log in. You can see the login down here. If you are new to Wix, you'll hit the sign up button right here. Now, I've already got a Wix account set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign into that. And that's it. Step number 1 is complete. All right, now what we're going to do that we're in our dashboard is I'm going to go ahead, and you can see that I don't have any sites. If you had some sites already built, they would be right here on your dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and, there's a couple different ways. You can either hit the blue button up here, create new site, or this one here. I think it's going to be the same exact outcome. And it's going to bring you to this page. It's going to ask you what kind of site do you want to set up. And since we're going to focus on setting up a website for a handyman business, I'm just going to go ahead and hit business type website. Now this is asking you if you want to answer some questions and let the artificial intelligence kind of pick a theme for you, kind of build your website for you. But, I think that you'll probably end up having to do more work than if you just went into the editor and picked a pre-made template. I think you'll end up redoing a bunch of stuff. So let's just go directly to the templates. I'm going to click that button, and this is going to bring you to the business and services website templates. And you can see that there's quite a few in here, and you could scroll through 14 plus pages of templates. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get smart, use the search engine here, and type in Handyman, because that's the kind of service that I'm building a website for. And that narrowed the field down considerably. There's only 6 pages, but right up front you have templates that are specifically built for handyman. So you've got handyman service and handyman right here, and the other ones are more the trades. You have plumbers, AC technicians, home improvement. Now you could decide to, rather than be known as a handyman, you could have a home improvement site where you're doing repairs and remodeling. Carpenter, lead, there's a bunch of different ones. So you could scroll through these, spend a lot of time looking at them. But you know what? Again, I'm pretty focused on building a handyman website. So I'm going to just take a look at these 2. So what's great about choosing a template is that they give you the opportunity to view it before you choose to go right in and start editing. So I'm just going to look at this one first. Opens up in a new tab, and it basically this is a view of the website. You can scroll through all the different pages. You can see that, you know, and the header is really cool. What I like about this is they get right down to business. They put a call to action right up front, because if I'm a handyman, the first thing I want people to do when they get to my website is learn how they can get in touch with me. I have a call to action. Call now, any job, we'll fix it, right? With a phone number and a button for getting a quote. This is perfect for what I'm looking for. Scroll down to the next section, our services. So it talks about, you know, we do plumbing, electrical, carpentry, painting, maintenance, right? You can click on these and it looks like it, oh, you know what it does? It takes you to the Our Services page. So let me go back to the home page where we were. And so these are links to, so what you'll, if you click any of these, like read more down here, what it's going to do is take you to the services page. Who we are, this is kind of like the About page, if you will. Actually, let me see if it actually takes you to, sometimes these are set up as one page websites and a contact down at the bottom. So let's try that. Let's hit services. It is a one-page website. Look at that, smart. And then About, it scrolls down one more, who we are, contact us. You know what? This is really smart. I don't see a need to build a humongous website if I'm running a handyman business, and maybe it's just me. I don't need to go into all kinds of detail about what we do, right? So the purpose of this site is to get your phone ringing. And to me, I don't think there's a need to go any further. This really is a sharp looking site. It's going to be easy to edit, and I think it's going to get our phone ringing. So step number 2 complete. I'm going to pick this template. Simply hit the Edit This Site button, and we're going to get started. What you see here is it's kind of loading the site in the website editor for us. All right, so here we are in the website builder. And what's cool about this is they got a quick 1-minute video that kind of welcomes you to the website editor. And you know what? I say go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to play it here because I'm just going to go ahead and get into, you know, editing the different pieces of the website. All right, step number 3, we're going to go ahead and edit this design and give it the right look and feel for our setup. And a couple things I want to show you right here is you can look at the different types of devices that your site's going to be viewed on, and this is pretty important. So you can switch to a mobile view here. Just click on that button, and now skip that. Now what I'm looking at is my site on a mobile device. And this is pretty important because you may not understand this, but over 52% of all visits to your site are probably going to be from a mobile device. It's just the way things are. We have these amazing mini computers in the palms of our hands, and 52% or more of the people searching for your services are probably going to be on a mobile device. So that's what another thing that I like about the Wix setup is that it's responsive. You can see what it looks like on a desktop, which is what we're going to make all the changes on because it's easier. But then we can go to this view, look at a mobile device view, and see if we want to make any changes. Okay. So anyway, getting back to the desktop view. First thing I want to do is, you know, these different elements, they call these, I call them modules. That's what, you know, WordPress calls this type of thing. It's basically just a text box. This is a horizontal menu, so that's a different type of module. That's just a text box, the phone number. Down here, this is a huge text box. And then right here is a button. So I'm just going to start at the top of the page and just start making edits. Now I double clicked on this because, you know, I'm used to these word editors. I kind of know that they have the same functionality usually across the board. And so double clicking on it highlights everything in the text box and I can change it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to my old home repair company name, which was Fix It Express. I'm not going to do anything to the menu right now because I think we'll probably leave the menu the same and the phone number at the top of the header here. So I'm just going to X out of that. Now I am going to come to this text. Actually, you know what? I think what I want to do first, I'm going to change this background. So I'm going to go to this. So these are menus, site menu. So this is the pages that are on your site. So if you click on the three buttons here and kind of open up the settings, you know, you can go into here. There's SEO, rename, copy, duplicate. You can duplicate this page if you want. What I wanted to show you is that, let me see something here. These are anchor settings. Basically, it's not a page. They're anchor text is what it is. So you can change the link to a different page, but right now, essentially, these are just types of links on your page. So your menu, your site menu, is nothing more than what we call anchor links. It basically takes you to a different section. So when you click home, you're going to be on the top section, right? If you were to click services, that's going to take you down, oops, to this section. If you, our services, now that is a separate page. We looked at that earlier, and that basically is this page right here. Essentially, when you on the home page and you scroll down to the second section and you type and you hit one of those services, then it's going to open up this page. Let me go back one and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So when you go to the second section, which is services, right? In other words, this menu bar, that word services, is linked to this section of the home page. So over here, menus and pages, services. So let me scroll back up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here you can click services, which is a menu item, and it'll just scroll down to where your services are. Now, on the page, and I'm in edit mode, so it doesn't necessarily work in edit mode. So if I wanted to click read more about carpentry or read more about plumbing or any other services, basically what it's doing is it's taking you to the only other page, which is our services. And if you come up to the top here, you can see these are pages up here. Our pages, our services and home. We're on home right now. See, now you can edit this other page, which is our services. So let me just go back home. You can also get there from this menu item right here. Home, services, our services, that's that page I was talking about. About, that's just another anchor link further down the page. And contact us is basically your footer. So back up to the top. What I want to do is I want to change this background, okay? And let me see, here we go, change strip background. So this is kind of funky. Here, you know, you can add images to your background and stuff so that it's in there, but I think the way you change this background strip is you click on it, right? And then this menu item comes up and you can click on that. Now, here you can have different choices. You can make it a solid color, an image, or even a video GIF that kind of just loops. I'm going to hit image, and it's going to bring up this box right here, which allows you to choose an image for your background. So I've actually already uploaded an image. You can upload media here, and it'll give you the option to bring it up from your computer or wherever you might have it saved. Maybe you've got it saved down Google Docs or whatever. But here I'm going to go ahead and choose this and change my background. Bam! Look at that. I like it already. Just, you know, I'm 2 or 3 minutes in and I've changed the background and it's starting to look like my site now. So let's go to this text box here. And you know what? I'm going to take out a couple of these elements. So I'm going to make this a call to action. Call now. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. I'm going to bring this button down here. Call now. I'm going to leave that here. You know, I wonder if I can duplicate this box. You know, sometimes if you have it highlighted, you can just hit Control C and then click outside, Control V. Look at that. It copied and pasted a box for me. I'm sure your copy paste function would work as well. So what I want to do here, though, I think because I deleted some stuff out of here, yeah, I had I had an extra line down there, so it wouldn't allow me to make this box any smaller. So make sure that you, oops, I didn't want that to happen. What I did is I went down to the next line, and I'm just going to hit backspace so that it comes back up. So now I can make this text box smaller. And what that's allowing me to do is align these up, right? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these all centered, and then I'm going to change what's inside here and give you an idea. Man, I'm having a hard time getting it up. So what I want to do is I want to change this inside. I'm just going to put 800 555. So that is the phone number. And I'm just going to make this text box a little bigger so it all fits. Bam, there we go. So now if I can get these to line up a little better. Now this thing is centered. You see how the pink line goes from the top all the way to the bottom? That means that button is centered on the page, which is what I want. Now I'm going to center my phone number on the text box, and now I want to center this on that as well. So maybe I need to shrink up that text box. There we go. See how I'm getting there we go. Now I've got it pretty much the way I want it. Center that a little bit. So now what I can do is I can highlight all three of these elements, and I can move them as one, and I can kind of get it centered to where I want it. So I think that looks pretty good. Only other thing I want to do, I think I want to add another text box right here. Text, add text. Titles, no, I don't want titles. Theme text is fine. And let's just make it a heading number 3. Here it is. I'm going to move it up top, and I'm going to type in my old tagline. Fix it for less. Whoops. Now that might be, heading 3 might be too big. I'm going to change that F to a lowercase. I'm going to see if I can get all this to fit on one line. You know what? I think it's too big. So let's edit this. Let's make it a, that's much better. Much better. Fits better. So just going to move this around so it kind of fits in between the trees and you can see it really well. And you know, I might even consider changing the font color so it shows up pretty good. But you get the idea what I'm talking about, how easy it is to change the fonts, change the size, change the color. Maybe I didn't show that to you. Let's go into the text editor. So if you know anything about editing text, this is a what you see is what you get editor. It's very similar to Microsoft Word or probably any other text editor that you've used. Double click on the box, you open up the settings, you can change the theme here, you can change it to a paragraph or a heading. You can change the font. So maybe a different font might make it more bold. That's kind of too bold. Let's look. Let's go back up. I don't like that font so much. Let's look at Oswald Medium. That's actually not a bad font. It's more of a sans type font, which is what I'm looking for. So let me see, Oswald Medium. So really I want to go back and change all of these. scrolling down. I'm going too fast. Here we go. All right. Now, you can see you can change the fonts. In these text editors, that's where you're going to find the color. So right here, you can change the color. You can highlight it. You can add a link to it. Maybe you want to link to another website or something like that. You can take that text and put a link on it. You can put effects on it. You can, drop shadows or anything like that. I think that might be a little too much. I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's throw that on there and see what that little drop shadow looks. Actually, you know what? That kind of brings it out pretty nice. I'm going to try that on this other side here. This effect C. That's not bad, actually. I think I'm going to leave that. Maybe once more up here. And, the great thing about it is you just got to play with it. You don't want to get crazy because, you don't want to distract from what you want people to do. And really what you want them to do is either contact you through your contact form, or you want them to call you. So, in about 10 minutes, I've changed the complete look of this site, made it my own with one of my own pictures, just one picture. Now I still have to go through here and change the text inside here. If you notice, this has just got some basic text in here. You got to go in and say, carpentry, we love to do whatever types of carpentry. Maybe you only do finish carpentry. Maybe you do rough carpentry. I don't know. Maybe you fix termite damage, something like that. This is where you want to put those sorts of things. And then, of course, expand on the Our Services page. Who we are, this is where you can add different elements. What might be a good idea? Let's say I want to add a photo or an image in here of myself, because I think it's important. And let's see, my uploads. Let's see. Okay, so I need to upload another photo. So I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to find a picture of me. Hey, there I am. I'm going to put that on there. And it may seem narcissistic, but it's really not. People don't know who you are, and you want to personalize the site so that people can get a sense of who you are. And videos are actually even better. Whoa, that's way too big. So let's size that way down. And I'm going to put this on center it on the page. And now what I can do is I can take these other two elements, I can slide them over a little bit. Let's see who I am. Or let's see. How about Fix It Express? That's even better. And in here, I would just go into, and I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit. Bring it back over on top, center it on the text, and then what I can do is I can highlight both of these and just center it in between the end of the page and my photo. So now with adding another photo, I've put a picture of myself. I can write a little paragraph about how I started Fix It Express, and bam, I've added a personal touch. Now people know they have a picture of the person they're going to be talking to on the phone or sending emails back and forth with. I think it's pretty important that you do that. Here's a great section, customer quotes. If you have customers that will give you a testimonial, this is where you want to put it. This is really powerful. And then, of course, the bottom of the page is your contact page. So you've got to change all these elements, your phone number, your email, the areas that you cover. This is pretty important as well. And then follow us if you have a Facebook page, which I suggest you do set one of those up. I don't know if I would be a handyman Twitter guy, but you never know. Instagram, now that is actually pretty good because you can post photos, before and after photos of repairs that you've made. So, Instagram may not, you may not think of it, but believe it or not, it can be a pretty powerful tool if you learn how to use it. So, you know what? I don't think I need to go into any more detail about this site. You get the idea of how easy it is to take a Wix template and turn it into your own Handyman website. The only thing you have to do now is publish the site. So you go over here in the blue publish button, and you can make the site go live. Now, that is where you're going to start to incur costs. And I'm not going to make this site live because it's just for demonstration purposes. But I think that once you hit that button, it'll be self-explanatory for you to, get your an account set up. And there's different levels for different things that you need. And I think that's it. That should get you started. Go ahead and log into Wix, and I'll put a link in the bottom of the website page that this is on, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put it in the description. Now, full disclosure, if you get a Wix account set up through my link, I will make a little bit of something off of it if you decide to go live and publish on there. So it helps me keep my site up and running and continuously adding great content. So if you do that, I thank you for it. If not, that's okay too. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and keep coming back to us soon. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.